welcome to everyone that's joining. I am just going to begin now doing the paper. So we are taking a look at a foundation GCSE mini test. It is a collection of all the grade 5 topics. Okay, and I'm just going to resume doing them now. So we're taking a look at question 15, which says to expand and simplify the following expression. So the way to do that is we're going to take it bit by bit. So first do the first single bracket and then the second one. So we have to do 9 times by t and also 9 times by -2. So everything outside the bracket gets multiplied by everything inside the bracket. Okay, so that means 9 times by t gives us 90 and 9 times by -2 gives us -18. Okay, and then we've got plus 3 times by t as well as 3 times by -5. So 3 times by 3t gives me 3t, 3 times by -5 gives me -15. And then it's just a case of you collecting your like terms. Okay, as follows. So we're going to collect the like terms together. That means 90 as well as plus 3t as follows. Oops. So 90 plus 3t, and we've got -18. I'm going to put a box around it, and -15 because they are just our normal numbers. Okay, so 90 plus 3t gives us 12t. -18 minus 15 gives us, so -18 minus 10 gives us -28, minus another 5 gives us -33, if I'm correct. Yes, give it a double tap if you are following along and understanding the method as well, please. Any questions, remember, you can leave in the comments. But that is the final answer. Okay, for question number 15. Question 16 is about a line passing through the following point, 0, 8. The gradient of this line is 3. Write down the equation of this line. Okay, so this is asking us for the equation of a straight line, linear graphs, which as we know is usually y equals mx plus c. M in this case is your 3, which is the gradient. C is your y-intercept. Okay, as follows. And then if we actually go ahead and do it, then we get y equals gradient, which is 3, so 3x, plus c, which is your y-intercept. So where does the graph cross the y-axis? Well, that's been given to us from this coordinate, or these coordinates that they've given us, 0, 8. So that means it's 8, okay, plus 8, because when x equals 0, y is equal to 8. Okay, so that is the equation of that graph for that question. Please keep double tapping, liking, and also sharing with other people that you think might benefit from this, okay, who might be revising for the GCSE test. Paper 2 that will be coming up pretty soon. So next we've got inner sale normal prices are reduced by 25%. The sale price of the coat is £45, and we've been asked to work out the normal price of the coat. Okay, so the sale price of the coat is 45. It was reduced by 25%. So this to me is looking like our reverse percentages question. If you know how to work this one out, please let me know in the comments. So we know that 100% is what the original price would have been, and since it's been reduced by 25%, then that means what we've got left is our 75%. This tells us that 75% is equal to what they've given us, the cost, which is £45. So this price, the sale price of the coat, is £45, which is worth the 75%. We now need to try and work backwards, so we can work out what 1% is based on this, and then try and work out 100%. Okay, so what we can do is divide both sides by 75. Okay, that will help us to work out 1%. And then we will just need to times that 1% by 100. Okay, and I think I don't have my calculator on me, which I need to get. If you know the answer to this question, let me know in the comments, please. What is 1% going to be? So if I did 45 divided by 75, what would that get me? Let me know in the comments if you know the answer. Just managed to retrieve my calculator. So that means we've got 45 divided by 75, which gives us 3/5, but we want it as a decimal, so 0.6. Okay, so this is going to be 0.6. And then to work out my 100%, remember I've got to times that now by 100. Okay, so if I times that by 100, my 100% or my original cost now will be £60. Okay, because 0.6 times by 100 is 60. So therefore the original price of that coat is actually £60. Okay, and a way to sort of check that you've done your answer or your calculation correctly is by thinking, okay, so the sale price is where the coat's price has been decreased by not a big amount, so we're looking at just a quarter, so it's £45. And if it has increased oops, sorry, just thinking what's happened. Okay, so as I was saying, that a quarter, if we reduce the original price by a quarter, we get £45. So my original price should be slightly higher than this, but not a very large amount. And this looks reasonable. £60 is not a bad answer. Okay, I mean, it looks accurate if you think about it logically. So therefore, you can see that you would have done it correctly. Okay, if it was something really bizarre, such as, I don't know, £26, then you know that you've sort of done it wrong, because the price is less, whereas it should have been more, and B, it's too small. Okay, so yes, if you've got any questions about this, let me know in the comments. If you are understanding it, let me know also. Keep double tapping the screen, guys. And also, if you need maths tuition, please get in touch with me via inbox. Okay, and yes, let's go on to question 18. So we are solving a quadratic now. So we got y squared plus 2y minus 35 equals 0. Okay, so a typical quadratic equation. There are many ways in which we can do it, luckily, as always in maths. We could be doing, like people sometimes do, the grid method, where we draw the grid, put each term in there, just like we do with our normal sort of well, it's not identical to a multiplication method, but the setup is similar to that. Okay, but yeah, there is a grid method you could use, but the one I prefer is just a normal method, which I'll show you now. So in this method, what we do is we try and work out or think of two factors of negative 35, okay, that times to give negative 35, but add to give you plus 2y. Okay, so that is a little bit of sort of a thing that you have to get your head around. So negative 35, well, there is negative 5 and 7. Okay, and if we and actually the first one I've written down, I think it is the right one, and I've not done anything, you know, technical. I just put it down and it's worked. And if we actually add them together, so if we do on the side minus 5 plus 7, we do end up getting positive 2, which is what we want. Okay, so I'm going to go with this pair straight away without wasting any more time. Sometimes you can get the answer straight away, but sometimes you have to sort of list out the different factors and see which combination works best. But here we found our solution straight away. Hooray! So we're going to replace now that plus 2y with our two factors. So minus 5y plus 7y, and keep that minus 35 there, all equals to 0. And now what I'm going to do is draw a straight line down the middle and separate my terms. Okay, so I've got 2 on this side, 2 on that side, and then I'm going to just factorize both sides. Okay, so y squared minus 5y, we take the highest common factor outside, which is just y. There's no numbers, that's a common factor. Then I've just got y in my bracket and minus 5, okay, as follows. And that's that side done. Now I'm going to move on to the other side and factorize that. So what I do on the other side is straight write down y minus 5 again, because if I've done my factorization correctly, I should have y minus 5 on both sides. And then I need to look at, okay, I've got y minus 5 up here in the brackets. What do I need to take outside so that when I multiply it all together, I end up with 7y minus 35? Well, we know that should just be our plus 7. Okay, and that's it. Now I just need to write down my answer. So one of my answers is already there, that y minus 5. That's my one pair of brackets. The second pair is here, so it's my y outside the bracket and my plus 7. Okay, so that means I've got y plus 7, and I don't know why I've changed colors, it just so happened to have changed colors. Any other questions about this, guys? Let me know please in the comments. Oops. Keep double tapping the screen if you are following along, understanding it, and also, you know, enjoying it. Share it with others, and remember guys, if you need maths tuition, please get in touch with me via inbox. Okay, whether that's group, we can arrange that, or single one-to-one. Okay, I know a lot of students prefer the group ones as well, because they are you know, a little bit cheaper and a little bit better, I'd say, as an option if you're a student. So that's the answer for that one. And then moving on to question number 19, we are calculating the sides of angle ACB. Okay, so I'm talking about this angle here. And because it's an angle question and we've got a right angle triangle, it's telling me that we need to be using trig. Okay, so our SOHCAHTOA and TOA is what we've got to write down straight away. So if I write down here SOHCAHTOA, do my lines in the middle just to separate them, and TOA, okay, my trig sort of identities. Then what I'm going to do now is actually also label my triangle accordingly, so that then I can tick off what I've got and what I don't have. So the longest side is always your hypotenuse. I'm going to do it in my red pen. And then the side opposite to my hypotenuse is called the the side opposite to the angle, that I'm trying to work out, so angle X here, is called the opposite. And then the side next to my angle, or the one that's left, is always the adjacent with an A. Okay. Okay. Any questions? Let me know please in the comments, guys. Okay, so the sides that I know, I'm going to start ticking them off. I know the opposite, and I also know the hypotenuse. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I already know that I should be using sine, because I've got two sides ticked, and that means I'm going to be using the sine equation. Okay, so that sort of looks like, if I do it on a separate piece of paper. So question number 19. If I've got sine x, which is what I'm trying to work out, the equation looks like this. So it's opposite over hypotenuse. So sine x equals opposite is 6 over hypotenuse is 13. Okay, so x is equal to inverse of sine 6 divided by 13. Okay, and that I can just put in my calculator and then calculate. So it's going to be the inverse sine equation, which is here. and it is 6/13. Close bracket, close bracket. Okay, and it is 27.486. And does it say to 1 decimal place? No, so I'm just going to give it to 1 decimal place anyway. So that means it should be 27.5 degrees. Okay, oops. Yeah, so that means it should be 27.5 degrees. Okay, for sine the letter X, this angle here. 7 should be 5 degrees. Okay, so that's what X is going to be. And then lastly, I've got question 20, which is sort of a really hard one on bearings. Okay, so it's saying the bearing of A from B is 120 degrees. Find the bearing of B from A. So what we need to do is do a quick sketch of this bearing so that we can actually answer it. So I need my 2 points A and B. So it's saying the bearing of A from B. Okay, so I'm going to put B over here and A over there. And let me connect my 2 points together. Let's see if I've got a ruler actually. Yes, I do. So, and it's no reason that I've put it in this way. Just decided to. Could be doing in any order really. Next, what I'm going to do is label my point. So this is going to be my B. This is going to be my A. Actually, the one reason why I have is because 120 degrees is an obtuse angle. And because it said it's from B, so that means the north line is going to be here, from B. I'm going to label that north. And therefore, this becomes an obtuse angle. So it's more realistic now to the, although it's not drawn to scale, but it looks more realistic. Okay, so it's 120 degrees. And it's saying to find the bearing of B from A. So therefore, I now need to draw another north line just to help me visualize it. And I need to calculate this angle here. Okay, now there's no protractors involved. There's nothing that we actually have to measure ourselves. It's just using angle facts for this question. Okay, the way we can do that is by knowing the not corresponding but co-interior angles. You know, the C-shaped ones, they add up to 120, which means that this angle here and this angle here, if you add them together, they will give us 180 degrees. Okay, so if I need to calculate the missing angle, the bearing, I need to do 180 minus 120 degrees, which gives me 60 degrees. Okay, so that's my answer, but I've not got it in the right format. Bearings are always written in 3 figures. Okay, so I need to change this now. So the bearing, if I rewrite it, should be equal to 060 degrees. And now I've done it correctly. Okay, so I hope that everyone found this helpful. If you did, please give it a double tap. Subscribe to my page so that you can become a subscriber, and let me know about the topics you'd like covered. Okay, any questions, let me know please in the comments. And remember, if you want tuition for maths, please get in touch with me via inbox. Thank you for the likes, Pia. You've come so late actually, because we have actually we have actually finished. So I look forward to seeing you in the next lives that I do. The next one I'll be doing would be looking at a higher mini test. Okay, that I'm interested in doing a higher one now that I've done a foundation. Okay, any suggestions? Remember, if you join my subscribers community, you can suggest topics. Okay, and you can read all the benefits that the subscribers only get on my page as well before you join. I'm going to get going. If you've got any questions or anything at all that you'd like to share with me, you can always inbox me as well. Have a lovely evening, a lovely night actually, and I'll see you all in the next one, and happy revising.